Welcome back to Eye on the Community. I'm Vicki Pepper. As summer gets underway, many of us may be looking to get a healthy tan, but that tan is actually the body's way of trying to shield us from the sun's ultraviolet rays that damage skin and can lead to skin cancer. On the line to discuss the dangers the sun can cause is Dr. Adam Scheiner, a laser eyelid and facial cosmetic surgeon and author of the book, The True Definition of Beauty. Thank you for joining me.
Well, thank you so much, Vicki. Great to be chatting with you.
Dr. Scheiner, most people know that exposure to the sun can lead to skin cancer, but what exactly is it that causes this to happen?
Well, Vicki, when the sun shines down the earth, it's comprised of multiple wavelengths of light. Some are visible, which allow us to see one another. Others are invisible, and the most important amongst these are the ultraviolet or UV light wavelengths. These include UVC, UVB, and UVA. UVC is primarily absorbed by the ozone. UVB is a wavelength that makes our skin red, B for burn. Most prevalent from around 10 a.m. to about 4 p.m. And UVA is a long wavelength, can penetrate deep in the skin where it fractures elastic and collagen fibers, allowing our skin to sag and droop, A for aging. It's present all day long, can even penetrate clouds and car windows. These UV rays can bind together parts of our DNA in the basal cell layer of the epidermis, the top layer of our skin, where it creates thiamine dimers, which makes the skin irregular and the cells irregular, leading to basal cell and squamous cell skin cancers. Interestingly, in the 70s, 80s, sunscreens came around, which allowed us to stay out longer in the sun without getting red because components block UVB rays, but we saw skin cancers rise, and this is because it was blocking just one of the dangerous UV rays. It was blocking UVB, so we weren't getting red, but allowed UVA to penetrate unimpeded. Recently, we have ways to protect against both UVA and UVB using titanium dioxide and zinc oxide. These are mechanical blocks that work immediately when applied to skin and are reef safe.
What are some of the new advances in technology for removing sun damage?
There are some medical products. One is known as Retin-A, actually first discovered by Albert Quigman in the Department of Dermatology at the University of Pennsylvania. That's where I did my training. And Retin-A can help to interrupt those thiamine dimers and make the cells healthy again. There's something by a company called Cyton called broad-based light, or BBL, Forever Young. And they did some research showing that these light treatments, which could get rid of brown and red spots on a person's face, also cause the skin to revert back to a younger genetic state. And as such, this is something like if you go to your dentist twice a year, as you should for your teeth, getting this done 3 times a year, I do this myself, can keep your skin younger without any downtime. And then I have a procedure called Reset for Sun Damage, which I use lasers to take away layers of skin that have become dangerous, allow the body to regrow the skin over, and when it does, it comes back with new, tighter, healthy skin.
How does this laser procedure you use help remove precancers and early skin cancers?
Most of the damage from the ultraviolet rays to our skin really affects the top layer, the epidermis. And in this epidermis lies the basal cell layer. When I use the laser to treat the skin, I remove the basal cell layer and all the damage above it. When the body regrows this layer, it grows with brand new cells and that have never seen the sun before. It improves both the appearance of the skin with tighter skin and new collagen elastic fibers, and the health of the skin, where it removes precancers and some active cancers as well. This is why I call it Reset for Sun Damage.
What are signs people can look for that indicate they may have a problem with skin cancer?
Flaky skin lesions on the face, chest are called actinic keratosis. 10% of these go on to form squamous cell carcinomas. Those are the ones that the dermatologist will sometimes freeze off. There are lesions that have rolled curly edges, and these are suspicious for things known as basal cell carcinomas. And then there are melanomas. These are often, interestingly, in non-sun exposed areas. And then they're looking for things where the lesion has asymmetry to it. They're usually colored, an irregular border, different colors in the lesion, and if it's greater than a 1/4 inch diameter. And in things like that, it's really important to see a dermatologist for that.
I'm speaking with Dr. Adam Scheiner, a laser eyelid and facial cosmetic surgeon and author of the book, The True Definition of Beauty. Especially out here in California, we love being out in the sun, but we also need to protect ourselves. Are some types of sunscreen more effective than others?
Yeah, what I was saying a little bit before is the ones that I like the best are mechanical blocks like titanium dioxide and zinc oxide. These are ones that when they are on the skin, they actually reflect the light. They don't get absorbed by the skin. So they work immediately when they're applied to the skin. And interestingly, they've had some problems with some of the absorbed sunblocks now, especially if you're in California along the coast. Some of those will leach out into the water and affect reefs. And so in Hawaii, interestingly now, they will not allow people to use anything but mechanical blocks to their skin. And those are the ones that I feel work the best as well.
And beyond sunscreen, what other recommendations do you have for limiting damage from the sun and the potential for skin cancer?
So watching which hours that we're outside. If you're out during the peak of the day, you're going to get more sun exposure. So you can do things earlier in the morning or late in the day. That's better. Hats. Hats are really helpful. Sunglasses as well. The sun can affect actually the eye. It can cause damage on the white part of the eye, something known as a pink retina. It's like the yellow patch on the white part of the eye. That can cause irritation of the eye, and then it can actually evolve into something known as a pterygia that you may have heard about, which is sort of a wing-like growth that appears on the clear part of the eye known as cornea. And so wearing sunglasses with UV protection is important anytime you're outside. And then there's sun-safe clothing as well that can reflect light, keep you cool, and that's another thing that we can recommend.
I've been speaking with Dr. Adam Scheiner, a laser eyelid and facial cosmetics surgeon and author of the book, The True Definition of Beauty. Where can we go to get more information, and how would you like us to get your book?
My book is available on Amazon, and thankfully it's actually a Wall Street Journal and USA Today bestseller. And so we were excited about that when it came out. Also, if people go to my website, and that's probably the best place to go, which is adamscheinermd.com.
And spell Scheiner for us.
Scheiner.
Thank you so much for talking with us today, and thank you for helping us keep ourselves safe from the sun.
Vicki, great talking to you. Take care.